Imagine a single waterway, so vital. The pulse of the global economy depends on its uninterrupted flow. That artery is the Strait of Hormuz, where almost a quarter of all seaborne oil and a fifth of globally traded liquefied natural gas pass through. It's the primary export corridor for Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, Iraq, and Qatar. Energy markets, futures pricing, refinery operations, insurance premiums, and even food production costs all hinge on the assumption that Hormuz remains open. Once that assumption falters, the world faces a reality for which there is no true substitute, only partial and imperfect mitigation. Now, this crisis isn't just about one nation or one flashpoint. Every alternative route, every bypass, faces the same foundational problem: volumetric physics. Forget ports or diplomatic connections, the challenge is raw capacity. The Strait of Hormuz can handle roughly 20 million barrels per day. Add up all possible alternatives, from Saudi pipelines to UAE and Israeli corridors, and the best-case scenario reaches less than half that. In a flawless, coordinated response, over 10 million barrels per day are simply stranded. These gaps aren't inefficiencies, they're missing infrastructure. Policy and goodwill can't conjure pipelines out of thin air. Oil makes headlines, but liquefied natural gas turns a shipping bottleneck into a global stress test. Qatar, a leading exporter, has no pipeline alternatives. It relies entirely on Hormuz for all LNG exports. Unlike oil, LNG cannot be rerouted. The consequences ripple across continents. Europe loses gas flexibility, Asian grids face brownouts, and spiking electricity prices trigger higher costs for fertilizers and food. This isn't just inflation, it's a social destabilizer. Even when the waterway seems navigable, commerce can collapse. The moment Hormuz becomes mined, drone-threatened, or GPS spoofed, global shipping insurers respond. Premiums soar, war risk riders appear, and coverage evaporates. Major operators withdraw their vessels. Tanker owners follow, charter rates explode, and smaller carriers are pushed out entirely. Regional conflict instantly propagates into global supply chains. The impact goes far beyond oil prices. Aviation fuel shortages, scarcity of chemical feedstocks, and reduced fertilizer production quickly emerge. Food prices rise. Currency stability falters, especially in import-dependent nations. Sovereign debt comes under pressure, and with time, the crisis drives political unrest, trade barriers, capital flight, and emergency energy policies. Even countries with little reliance on Middle Eastern energy find themselves caught in a web of macroeconomic upheaval. All Middle Eastern alternatives, pipelines, terminals, ports, are merely safety valves. When any are threatened or compromised, their combined theoretical capacity shrinks. Fujairah terminals, Saudi pipelines, and Israeli ports are only as valuable as the risks they face. The market prices flow, not maximum capacity. It explains why prices spike before a drop in physical supply. The UAE's recent shift from mediator to military advocate marks not an ideological escalation, but a calculated move. Abu Dhabi sits atop one of the rare partial bypasses and is deeply embedded in global logistics. Prolonged closures mean systemic collapse, not just regional discomfort. Here, neutrality no longer ensures economic survival. Delay only benefits those seeking disruption. Ultimately, the crisis is global because the math does not align, the gas cannot move, ships are unwilling, insurance refuses risk, and substitutes cannot scale. The world's economy is not constructed to withstand a closed Strait of Hormuz. Each alternative buys time, but time is not enough. This crisis is deeper than regional rhetoric. It's a systemic risk stretching from the heart of the Middle East into every corner of global commerce.